Let's talk about the 5 books that I finished reading this past week and what I'm currently reading. Let me know in the comments what you guys have been reading and what you plan on reading next. So I did end up finishing my book club's horror pick book of the month, and that is Sleep Tight by J.H. Markert. I do have a book club with Bindery that's completely free to join. Link is in my bio. Unfortunately, this month's horror pick, I gave it 1 star, which is really upsetting because for book club, I want to be able to discuss the books that I read. But I literally have nothing to say about this book other than the fact that I did not like it at all whatsoever. I was incredibly bored. I cannot even tell you what happened. I don't really have much to say about this. And then I did end up finishing Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I gave this one 4 stars. I surprisingly enjoyed this one. Love the MMC in this, which is very refreshing because I feel like most of the time they're really mean, they're bullies. Sometimes I felt like the spice was unnecessary and it was just plopped in there just for the sake of having spice. I'm okay with spice, I just don't like when it's just there for the sake of it being there. Like, you just almost died and then now you're in the mood. Weird. But I did dive straight into Enchantra on my Kindle. I'm literally only like a chapter in, so I have no thoughts on this yet. And then I listened to The Eyes Are the Best Part on audio. I gave this one 4 stars. I absolutely loved this one. Definitely one of my favorite horror books of the entire year. We follow a first-generation Korean American family coming from an Asian immigrant household and growing up in a predominantly white community. There were a lot of parallels in this. A lot of very cringy moments. I absolutely loved it. This book is very dark. It gets really weird and disgusting. The female main character is off the walls crazy, and obviously I loved it. And then for some reason I decided to pick up Mayfly. I listened to this one on audio. I was gonna give this 1 star until I got to the very end, and I actually liked how the book wrapped up and ended, so I ended up giving it 2 stars. But I would say like 97% of the book I highly disliked. This is categorized as horror, not my type of horror. I didn't like this. Again, we have a bad shit crazy FMC. This one was a little bit too crazy and disgusting for me. We have a lot of, I don't know if I can say that word. And then listening to it on audio in combination with that, no. And then I also finished Fallen City by Adrienne Young. This is her adult fantasy debut. I gave it 3.5 stars. More thoughts and a dedicated book review video for this coming very, very soon. I am currently reading Malice by John Gwynne. Finally starting my Faithful and the Fallen series journey. And we are reading this with my Bindery book club and we're having discussions on my Discord. I literally just started this today. I'm a couple chapters in. I already like it. And my current audiobook that I'm listening to is Slewfoot by Braun. I don't know anything about this other than the fact that it's some kind of witchy horror historical fiction fantasy. A lot of people were saying it's the perfect season to read this. I'm like 2 hours into the audiobook. I'm intrigued. We'll see how it goes.